Milwaukee-based conservative radio host Charlie Sykes just spoke an hour ago on Fox Business. Now, this comes a day after challenging Donald Trump on his radio show, and apparently he hasn't changed his tune.
He's not a conservative. He's a narcissist, and he's a content-free narcissist, and he's an authoritarian who has not even taken the trouble to learn about the issues that he's talking about.
Yeah, so what do you really think, huh? I'm joined now by Matt DeFour, a reporter with the Wisconsin State Journal. Matt, thanks for taking the time out. I know you're busy to talk to us. So Ted Cruz gets the endorsement of Scott Walker. Is that a big deal in the state of Wisconsin?
Well, Ashley, thanks very much for having me on. Absolutely, it's certainly a big endorsement in the state. Not one that was entirely unexpected coming into today. I think there was a lot of anticipation that he was going this route because the conservative movement in Wisconsin has really coalesced around Ted Cruz over the last several weeks and even months. And so that's really, the momentum really is in Cruz's corner heading into next Tuesday.
So Charlie Sykes, who apparently is, popular among conservatives with his radio show, went on a rant about Donald Trump. He's an egotist. He's, basically has no substance. Is that what the conservative base see in Donald Trump, or does he have some of the grassroots support that we've seen for Donald Trump around the country?
Well, remember that Wisconsin was really excited about Governor Walker's presidential, well, many people in Wisconsin, Republicans especially, were excited about Governor Walker running for president last year. That ended in September. And since then, it's been more of a mix of who do you go to next, but they weren't caught up in that Trump mania back early on when he was first entering the race. And so now that we're seeing sort of the primary finally at our doorstep in Wisconsin mattering, which is not always the case in this state, being so late in the process, they really are. We're seeing Governor Walker's endorsement at this time.
Yeah, let's talk about John Kasichs. Many just view him as a spoiler right now. I mean, the polls suggest that he's not getting a whole lot of traction in Wisconsin.
He's received a lot of high-profile endorsements from what you might call the old guard Republicans. Former Governor Tommy Thompson, who won re-election 4 times in this state. His successor, Scott McCallum, has endorsed him. And former Congressman Mark Newman, who actually ran against Scott Walker in 2010. But he's certainly falling behind the polls. But we've seen a couple polls in the last few days where he's on the rise. So don't rule out Kasich, especially Wisconsin's primary format awards delegates based on congressional district in addition to statewide. So you might see Kasich pick up a couple congressional districts if he doesn't win statewide.
It'll be interesting to see how he does. Now, on the Democratic side, we cannot deny the fact that Bernie Sanders has the big mo. He has the momentum. He just, won 3 states this past weekend. And no matter what Hillary Clinton tries to do as the presumed nominee, she can't shake Bernie. Are Wisconsinites feeling the burn?
Well, we just had a rally on Saturday night where he gave his victory speeches in those 3 states you mentioned. He gave it here in Madison, Wisconsin. More than 8,000 people turned out. Now, that was actually a smaller crowd than when he was here back in June of last year. Actually, it was July 1st. He held a rally at the same location where he had more than 10,000 people come out. But we're on spring break right now at the UW-Madison, and so he was able to get more than 8,000 people out without that huge contingent of college students. So you can definitely see momentum in Bernie Sanders' favor. We'll see. I think the Clinton people I've talked to suggest that they're tamping down expectations in Wisconsin. But again, it's a war of attrition in this national contest, and if he doesn't win big, 70–80% like he did in these caucus states on Saturday, they might be able to turn that to Clinton's favor as they head to the east.
Well, 1 week from today, we'll find out. Thank you so much, Matt DeFour with the Wisconsin State Journal. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.